Malaysia is cancelling its primary school leaving examination. The major streaming exam PT3 for lower secondary school students also won't go ahead this year. The Education Ministry says secondary school and college leaving exams, as well as a major vocational exam, will be postponed until the first quarter of next year. Schools in Malaysia have been closed since the middle of last month because of a COVID-19 lockdown. The ministry says schools will only reopen when the situation is back to normal. Afifa Arifin has been following the developments. She joins us now with the latest. Afifa, so Malaysia also reported its lowest number of new infections or new cases today at just, 85? Is this a sign that the lockdown is taking effect?
That's right. So the number of new cases in Malaysia has gone back down to just 2 digits, 85 new cases, as you said today. That's the lowest number in more than a month. Also, the number of cases that have been recovered daily, we've been seeing is more than the numbers of new cases that has been reported. The Health Ministry, of course, said that, after a month under the movement control order, the general trend has been that the number of new cases has been sort of contained without a spike in increase over the last few weeks. So this seems to suggest that the movement control order is working, especially in terms of bringing down the community spread or the number of local transmissions. But the Health Ministry also said that another reason for that declining trend of number of new cases could be the active contact tracing and testing of people who had come into close contact with infected clusters. But, even with this general trend of decline, Malaysia is still going into its third phase of the movement control order, which kicks in today and will last for another 2 weeks until the 28th of April. So the authorities are not letting their guard down just yet. They are still monitoring this situation. In fact, they are clamping down even harder on those who flout the rules of this MCO. The 1,000 ringgit fine has not been working enough to deter offenders. So it's now immediate arrest. You will be charged in court and could possibly be jailed.
Afifa, what's going to happen, though, to students who were due to take the exams this year?
That's right. So schools in Malaysia, as we know, have been closed for about a month now since the March holidays on the 14th of March. And a lot of questions have been on the minds of students and parents. What will happen to the national examinations? Can they still graduate and then move on to the next level of education? So the Education Minister, Radzi Jidin, earlier today made the call that the ministry said that the primary school leaving examinations and the lower secondary streaming examinations will be cancelled. These national examinations were scheduled to take place in September. So a lot of questions about this raised, of course. How then will students be graded and admitted into secondary schools? Well, not much details revealed just yet, but the Education Ministry is looking at new methods of assessment to replace the national examinations. And this could be used as a selection criteria then to enter secondary schools. They're also looking at the possibility of looking beyond academic performances as well. And for secondary school students, their leaving examinations as well as the entrance exams for colleges and universities will be postponed into the first quarter of 2021. And this will understandably have an impact onto when universities and college terms will start. So noting this, the Education Ministry has also decided to push back the intake and start dates for universities and colleges. So, for example, universities could start a month or two later, perhaps in September or October. Now, as I said, schools have been closed for a month now. There hasn't been a fixed date as to when they will reopen. But the Education Ministry is working with the Health Ministry to monitor the situation. And they said that a decision will be made only once the COVID-19 situation in Malaysia is contained and things have been returned to normal. An announcement will be made 2 weeks before schools are reopened so that parents will have enough time to make the necessary preparations.
Afifa Arifin, thank you.